Agreed. I mean, well, Sean Gares was one guy who stepped up, who seemed to step up for the team, you know, versus Virtus Pro on this map. You know, he had some good rounds, managed to get some good frags, and so he looked like he was feeling it. Nothing had a couple of moments here and there where he was able to have an impact. But you're right, it was as if one guy popped up and then it was, you know, just whack-a-mole, you know, all of a sudden, you know, it's nothing's turned, then Sean Gares, but never all of them coming together.
Yeah.
And that's what needs to happen, you know, because you just see how kittens flip out when all these things come popping out of a cardboard box. There you go. And are we into it already? Okay, well then. Guys, it looks like we are live with the pistol, and this is going to be the first round of this map. Team Orbit, Cloud9, and Cloud9 starting on the T side, and it looks like they did manage to go for an upper rush and get the bomb plant. So now it's down to the 2 remaining members here for Orbit to get this kill in, and Jumpy nearly takes out that man. Sean Gares down to 6 HP, but the flank comes in from Shazam over his Squeak, and they are going to be able to lock down the pistol. Cloud9 keeping the hopes alive, shutting down the haters.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, they talked about it in the studio. You know, Cloud9 did get mauled by VP on this map. You know, just half an hour ago. So it's not like you know, you'd think they'd go into this thinking, well, you know, we're doing great on Nuke, but it's a very different beast playing VP, even though they're playing with a stand-in, than, you know, playing Orbit. And that's no offense to Orbit, it's just that, you know, VP are, you know, a top 4 team in the world.
Exactly. Taz. Michu, even though the stand-in, he seems to really be meshing well with the team right now, doing a lot of good work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Whoa, that nade down to 50 HP. That hurts, Maxi. They're going to swap places. One thing we have to point out in the match earlier was that Pyth was the point man, it seemed, for Team Orbit. He was just locking on to heads everywhere, getting kills left and right. Some really clutch kills as well that led to an overtime situation that they barely eked out a win in. I mean,
the last time, you know, last round of the actual overtime as well, that 1-on-3, that was absolutely insane.
That was madness. So, I mean, Pyth right now in a great shape. And it's going to be Stemphis here to pick up that kill. All in the man we just called out. You know, Pyth, he gets nailed in mid. Or in main, rather. But upper side, it's Roke locking down this side. He's going to be able to get the drop on one player here. Shroud getting forced around the corner. Good shot there. Combination and another one. Almost as if it was an afterthought. He takes out Stemphis as well. But the bomb plant is going to happen.
So that's guaranteed money for Cloud9. And even though they're 1 man up, nothing is down to 7 HP. You know, that's 1 tag.
See, Jumpy. He's doing good work with that P250. Managing to connect there. You know, Shazam, he ended up dropping down fairly low. Maxi with the Deagle, though, if he runs into any of these guys, he can do some significant hurt. Then, like I'm saying. Oh, go for the wall bang as well, trying to get fancy here.
Yeah, but no kit. It's not going to have a chance to actually do anything. It could potentially pick up Nothing's weapon in Squeaky, but
I think that's what he's got in mind. Look, he's just backing up just far enough, and he's going to have run in. I wonder if he's going to be able to make it. Scoping around, and oh, he just barely misses out on it. That was close. Good, smart play, though, from him.
Yeah, good idea. Absolutely. And, I mean, yeah, so far, pretty decent deco from Team Orbit. They managed to hang on to Maxi's Deagle. So not too shabby at all. Cloud9, though, obviously, they should be able to win these, you know, 2 eco rounds. Shouldn't be too much of a trouble. But we've seen it throughout the entire tournament. You know, pistol plus armor equals deadly combination for your opponent.
Tech9 in particular, right? And we can see right now they're kind of skimping on that Cloud9. Only Stemphis and Shazam, you know, just going for the Tech9 5-7 combo. But they're managing to do some good work here as Shroud is just leading the charge right now. Sean Gares gets a good kill on Jumpy and Ramp. That's going to open up options here. But this is currently a 5v2. And Orbit right now, they're kind of just floating around looking to see if they can catch somebody off guard. They did hear the steps upper, and there you go, Rogue trying to take that fight. He's got a man on Cat to support him as well, and USP long range takes Shroud down to 2 HP. But they will not be able to get the kill. So that's the kind of round that Cloud9 were looking for to bounce back in.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, they've gotten off to a solid start on the west side, possibly in CS, in terms of, you know, how hard it actually is to get around. If they're able to actually pick up this first buy round, you know, as you can see, Pyth's economy isn't, you know, all that great. It still has to rocket for Mars. If they can do that, then they're up to a brilliant start, and they could actually, you know, it could potentially be decided already, you know, and Cloud9 could be extremely happy with 5 rounds.
So this is going to be the big one, and we already have the smoke round beginning to cut up yard. Maxi is here with the AWP, not going to spot any movement before that smoke goes off. Nothing given away here.
This is such a common play, like smoking, making that wall of smoke, basically trying to get people down into secret.
Well, we saw VP do that just like every round nearly versus Cloud9 on the map.
Yeah.
So good to see that Cloud9, they're going to be able to set up the same or a similar play.
This is actually a bit weird to me because they spent 3 smokes to actually smoke off and put down that wall, yet they don't actually push forward with the potential to push forward. And that's odd to me why it wastes 3 smokes basically to get behind T-Red and get behind main, because you could probably do that without this, usage of your smokes and actually save them for later.
Who is out here? So Shroud used his smoke. That's nothing as well. Nothing shouldn't have a smoke here. So Semphis and Shazam are the only 2 left with smokes on this team. There's one that's going to go into radio. But Maxi caught Shroud, and Shroud was behind T-Red, so that's a free kill there. Jumpy tries to push through the smoke here, and Shazam and Semphis both going to pick up kills. This is what was going to set it up, though. That A split through main, but Roke is locking down this bomb site. 2 kills for him. Nearly gets a 3rd, except that he runs out of bullets. But this is way too close. Semphis doing the best that he can, but he's just not going to be able to pick up that final frag. And Team Orbit will survive the round with 2 players alive.
Yeah. But again, I still question the decision to actually make that wall of smoke. I would rather see them actually smoke off garage and then, on the outside of outside of main towards CT spawn, if you're actually going to do an upper split, because that's way more effective. You still don't have to worry about the AWP to that much of a degree, and you can actually get in.
It feels like they may not have even known that that was going to be the play, that they were going to go for the upper split. I don't know.
Yeah, it is very possible that it's just something they decided on the fly, but they couldn't find anything out in the yard.
I'm wondering about that. Well, regardless, Maxi, nice position there in main. That could be a good spot. Shongare's not going to catch him out, however. He's just holding to see if anybody's going to peek forward, but a fresh smoke goes down a walk-off squeak. That's going to limit his information somewhat. Cloud9 with a pretty healthy buy, thanks to that one round where they were able to keep everybody alive. So just having that buffer means that, again, they're going to have a rifle round here, plenty of smokes, plenty of nades. Orbit are the ones who are kind of cutting corners here. Pyth with that 5-7, for example.
You can see that. Shongaze did pick up a Molotov and has actually used it towards the upper vent. While the rest of the team is actually grouping up towards ramp, and already Orbit are, well prepared with 2 players here.
These anti-flashes, man, really just slowing Cloud9 up. 40 seconds left, and has actually forced Cloud9 back. A fresh smoke goes down. That's changing it up, and there are currently 2, soon to be 3 players on upper right now to hold this push. Cloud9 trying to push through, and Pyth not going to be able to pick up that first frag. Decides to change up his angle, and he drops right into Shroud, but then Roke from upper manages to just spray him down as they try and get out of hut, and Maxi is there as well with the AWP. It is not going to be good enough. Team Orbit with the perfect hold on the upper side.
Yeah, it's solid. And I mean, even though they're winning rounds, I mean, Pyth didn't get a call before this round. So that tells you what kind of trouble they've been in. So the fact that they're able to get a pretty clean round coming out of that, it's going to give them some possibilities to actually build up an economy. But again, I'm a bit questionable as to what Cloud9 want to do and before they execute. Because right there, they pretty much spent the entire time just being around ramp, but they hadn't really forced the Swedes to actually use their smokes.
Looks like, again, Yard, and there you go. But Semphis eventually hunts Maxi down, having done pretty much the majority of the damage with that Deagle. Good play here by Huiten, though. 2 headshots at long range. Pyth should be able to close in and get one here. Last man in secret, that's Shazam with the P250, but some good calm work there from Pyth. He manages to pick up his 2nd frag of the round. So a good anti-eco round coming in from Team Orbit, just not really losing anybody apart from Maxi. They do not. Oh, yes, they do have the money. Huiten could drop an AWP for Maxi right now, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah. It seems like an emphasis, which makes sense on a map like Nuke, that you want to keep out the guy who plays yard with an AWP, especially if he's able to handle it, which Maxi definitely is.
I like how Maxi manages his money as well. He stops just shy of, if they lose this round, of being able to afford an AWP again in the next one. Yeah. So he's guaranteed himself at least another sniper rifle here if they were to lose this one here. So I do like that play, just minding your money. That's what at the root it's all about, minding your money to make sure that you can afford to buy what you want.
And right now, Cloud9 just pretty much just trying to see if they can get lucky or just soften people up before they actually do anything.
It seems like Roke has taken some damage already to begin with, so I'm wondering if he did get caught.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he actually dropped down from rafters after getting tagged up. So the big thing now really is how, there we go, that's the start. Shongaze picks up Jumpy on the ramp. But where does Cloud9 go from here?
I mean, they're kind of all over the place. Ramp action there. Huiten takes out Shroud. That was out in yard. But then Nothing was able to pick up a frag there as well. They do maintain the man advantage, and that's the most important part here for Cloud9. Not sure if Team Orbit have any info as to where the bomb is as well. So they might be playing in the dark right now, trying to spread out to get info, to just get some eyes on that bomb, figure out where they need to be on the map. Because right now it seems like Shazam is going to be the one opening up, or scoping up at least on this lower site, seeing if he can catch somebody out of position.
Yeah, and for Orbit to really get control over this round, it's basically all that can't happen, but Rogue needs to do, he needs to work miracles, really, just denying the bomb plant for as long as possible.
And there you go. Very good play there by Sempus. Watching long, making sure that the plant can't get denied. Now it's just going to be Pyth 1v3, and he gets spotted out in the vents immediately. He is not going to have much hope here. Shazam, instant shot. Living up to his name. It's almost magical how fast he can be. But that's an opera for you right there. Good angle to be held, and this is now... Actually, Maxi is... What? He's actually $250 short of the AWP. For some reason, I thought he would have it, unless he bought Kevlar. I don't know.
And you can see that, his teammate who previously had dropped the AWP for him, he's completely broken out, so we're going to see a deagle. But then again, he knows how to work a deagle. We've seen that.
We've seen that in the past with him on LGB, man. There's that like one legendary round where he held short on Mirage.
Yeah.
Like quad kill deagle. It's like, okay then, wait then. Sky Kitten, man, it's got claws.
The aggression from Orbit didn't work out at all. It seemed like, well, yeah, nothing's really working out right now for Orbit, and by all likely accounts, this should be round 5 for Cloud9. So they've already kind of reached that, magical number on Nuke.
They're getting beat up right now, Orbit. And this is now, I mean, this should be a perfect round here. Jumpy shouldn't even be looking for any kind of kills. He should just be trying to just stay alive, maybe hold on to this FAMAS. Instead, he takes the fight. And he does manage to pick up 2. In fact, looks like 3. Yes! Ooh. How is he getting these frags? Cloud9 just walking in one at a time.
This is so unnecessary from Cloud9. This is completely unnecessary. And luckily for them, Shazam, picks that up. But, you can see Shazam was at 27 HP. So that means Jumpy needs to connect with, 1 to 2 bullets just anywhere, in the vicinity of Shazam. And Shazam goes down, and all of a sudden it's a 1v1. That's very doable. So there's absolutely no reason for Cloud9 to basically donate 3 people to Jumpy in that situation.
Yeah, that's far too much money. Nearly 15 grand down the chute right there. Like,
yeah.
What are you going to do about that? Looks like they want to set up. This could be at least a main fake. Instead, they're going to be throwing one guy in. That's Sean Gares with the Tech 9. They throw him into radio to see if they can spot out the defense a little bit. They're making it look like it was going to be an upper push. And in the meantime, Cloud9 getting delayed behind this Molotov. They're putting the pressure on ramp. Jumpy is gone. Nothing catches out with then. I think that was actually in main as well. Sempus is going to throw him for a loop here by pushing through on Squeak as well. And they are going to turn this into a main push, actually, after all.
And lots of back and forth there. With the two frags that they actually find in the bomb site, makes the decision pretty easy, because even though they have a potential stack, because they've already spotted out Jumpy on ramp, so there's a maximum of 2 people on that upper bomb site. When you're up against pistols with no armor, it's a pretty easy decision to go in there, because you can basically sandwich them regardless, and you're fine with sacrificing 1 or 2 weapons right there.
Wonder what they're going to be fine with sacrificing here. I mean, Orbit go for the first. Okay, so Nip have won, actually, after a bit of a rough
that was a pretty quick win as well.
Yeah, that was very quick, actually. It feels like they just started that a little while ago. So Property not going to be able to make it through the groups. Nip will take that second seed behind Envy in Group A.
And in a sense, order is restored, because it would have been one hell of an upset if that actually,
Massive upset if that actually gone through.
And right now, Shazam showing off. Actually, getting the wall bank through his smoke onto Jumpy and ramp. But I know how that feels to be the guy on the receiving end. It's not fun. And right now, Cloud9 are basically getting anything they're trying, they're making it work.
This is just magical for Cloud9 as well, because they need the confidence right now. They're jump at the same time. Shroud, he does spot Huiten, so he picks him out of the air. And nothing does find Maxi as well. There's Pyth holding down on Squeak, and he's going to be able to pick up the kill on Sempus. So a man advantage now for Cloud9. But that bomb is still lurking. And Rogue seems like he wants to try and get some info here. He's taking a look into Hut, seeing if he can catch anybody out. He hears the steps there to wonder if he's going to push. He will, and he takes that fight and wins it. That's a big kill there.
Yeah, that's the bomb drop. Like, it seems weird, but...
20 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And that bomb should have obviously not been in the hands of nothing. Like, there's no reason for nothing to actually hang back as a lurker if he's actually got the bomb. That's something that Cloud9 needs to work with. And right now, this went from being a very favorable round for them to just a complete mess.
I mean, even had he got that kill onto Rogue, he would not have had time to get the plant there, Shongar. So
yeah,
that was a little iffy.
Yeah, that was iffy from Cloud9, and I was about to, talk about the fact that, well, what we said earlier about, it's not quite clear what Cloud9 wants to do. They've actually gone away from that and, been very, very consistent with, just pushing as a team for most of the time, or pushing with 2 groups and doing very well of that. After the initial rounds, and while Orbit were actually the ones kind of just randomly aggressing on several parts of the map and just giving away opening kills.
But to me, that sounds a lot like Cloud9, right?
Yeah.
Like, it does feel like they've got a bit of a split mind going on. One group wants to do this, one group wants to do that, and then you kind of have nothing. He's like, I don't know, man. I'm just like here, trying to get frags. Like, it's very weird sometimes how they actually decide to play the game, Cloud9. And you can see that in situations like that right there.
Yeah.
Right now, it's going to be Maxi trying to find a gap through the smoke, and he's going to have a pretty big one there to hold the line on Secret. So this is going to be a little tricky here for Cloud9 to make their way through. Perfectly timed flash. That's going to slow things up. They're all stuck in the smoke, but it looks like they want to try and apply pressure at main, see if they can't catch somebody out at CT Red. Maxi's got to be careful, and Semphis hits the timing just right. Pyth, nothing he could do about that there. Trying to hold that passive angle in case somebody did try to push into main. Unfortunately, he was not going to be able to help his teammate. Does make up for it by picking off Shroud and living through that. Roke does take out Sean Gares as well, but at least Cloud9 still have control of the bomb with 30 seconds left on this clock. They're still trying to find a way in here. Looks like it might be back through Secret towards the lower site, and Semphis is in a lurk position.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this round is actually going to come down to whether or not, Jumpy's going to look in the right direction at the right time.
Well, there you go, buddy. Jumpy living up to his name and even gets the kill as well. 10 seconds left. Pyth in position, and man, Cloud9 right now just not fluid at all. Team Orbit are going to be able to pick up their 5th round, and they are coming back into this after a rough start at the beginning of the half. Cloud9 making mistakes. This is what's letting the Swedes get back into this match. I mean, if they could finish 9-6, a little bit of luck in in the pistol round in the second half, and Team Orbit are dangerously close to picking up the map. So
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, as soon as you're about to to give Cloud9 praise, they do something weird, and that. I completely agree with what you said. It looks like they wanted to put pressure on towards main, and basically like bum rush with the pop flash through the smoke into main, and they basically wasted again all the smokes before they actually went. And eventually they didn't even go through.
It's almost as if they're just throwing the smokes because it's like, hey guys, if we're gonna go yard, we kind of just need to throw the smokes, right? And it's like, well, there's a reason why you throw those smokes, because like VP would go down Secret every time they threw those smokes, right?
Yeah.
So it's there needs to be some adjustments made here.
And right now it's the expected eco bash really from Orbit. So far so good. I mean, they don't have to.
Is this like a timeout situation?
It could actually be. Yeah, like I wouldn't be too surprised.
I mean, look at that. I mean, there's got to be some. It seems like there's got to be some discussion going on right now as to like where they want to take this. Because this to me is like classic, almost like Existence Titan. Like I've got a pistol. I'm just gonna go sit over here and use all of this time effectively.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if you have the possibility, why not? Because obviously it's about as impossible as it can get for Sean Gares to actually win this round. So, what's your goal? Eventually, he just needs to get close enough to someone from Orbit to kill him before the time runs out. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and before he doesn't manage that.
He's got 20 seconds to die. That should be very manageable.
15 seconds. Sneaking his way up, he may be able to get the drop. Knife.
Knife.
Oh. Knife. Oh, peekaboo! 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left. Now, actually, if he survives with this gun, it's fine.
Yeah, but if he dies with it, it's not great at all. But yeah, actually managed to get away. So it turns out to be, a pretty nice get for Sean Gares, actually camping behind that box for such a long time. And hopefully Cloud9 managed to talk quite a few things over, while he was seated there.
Well, that's what we're all about to find out here now in this round, 13th round, 6-6. We're tied now here on the score.
Yeah, and I actually think, seeing how Sean Gares has that Molotov, I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw... Yeah, Sean Gares, last time around, he had a Molotov. He used it for the up events, basically to clear that area around. And I wouldn't be all that surprised if we actually saw some aggression towards main with the way Cloud9 are setting up. So it might be something similar to an A-split.
They're stepping all over the place right now, as we can hear. Semphis, 2 guys up on main right now. Looks like it might be just a drop straight down into main. They've got the smoke to block off Hell.
No, they're actually got to go down Secret.
Oh. Okay, style points. No, Shroud, come on. We got to get, there's a jump map. You can load it. You have that jump in it. You can practice that jump.
I mean, those style points just went straight to Hell.
No style points. He gets like negative style points there. He gets actually like negative 40 style points. Oh, man, that's painful. Okay, well, Shroud, at least he's going to be able to get something out of this. He spots out a man in ramp, but that's kind of expected. Instead, Maxi takes the peek and shoots dead center between Semphis and nothing there. So that's a little unfortunate for him. Spins out, but Jumpy does manage to pick off Sean Garris, so some damage done here from the CT side. And they are going to be able to actually close this up fairly nicely. Huiten catches the backstab. Semphis will eventually catch him, but the bomb has now been planted. Cloud9 actually have a bomb plant going their way.
Oh, that's unfortunate timing for nothing.
Well, that's an unfortunate timing there for Semphis, not able to land the shot on the man in vents. Shazam, however, is in a bit of an interesting position. They should be covering long, though. There you go. Pushes through. Now they know exactly where he is. Does he actually play with this? He is going to attempt it. Spray onto the man defusing. He just needs one more bullet. One more bullet would have done the trick, and he would have actually put them in a bit of an awkward position there.
Yeah, it's so surprising to see as well, because it was like, initially, when he pulls up that spray, he's aiming to, get the diffuser, right?
And then he readjusts.
And then he readjusts, but he doesn't, aim more to the right. He just can expect someone to run at him. But like, you're not going to end the round that way, so it doesn't really make sense that he doesn't actually go back, even though it means that he'll most likely die. That's his only hope of winning the round. So again, a bit surprising. But Cloud9 do get the bomb plants that they're going to be able to rebuy, and not really surprisingly, we're seeing another setup for Yard Smokes.
It's a good number of rounds that they've won in the row here to Team Orbit as well. So max money coming up for Cloud9. Maxi still going to be able to change up his angle. Fresh smoke goes down, and he doesn't pull the trigger. So they are managing to make it past a little bit here. Huiten spots the man out. Instant reaction from him. Well done there. Takes out Sean Garris in the yard. Just barely spots him and reacts in time. And now it turns into the radio push or the ramp push. And Jumpy is going to flame himself up, basically. Nothing somehow finding the kill onto Huiten though, so bringing it back to a 4-on-4, but Cloud9 have suffered some serious damage here. They have actually taken quite a bit to the face.
Yeah, and seeing how it took so long for them to actually get out onto a round, Orbit has already made a rotation with 2 people downstairs, so if Cloud9 actually opts to go downstairs, this could be horrible for them. There you go. 4K from Pyth. So yeah, that did spell loads of trouble really for Cloud9.
So lottery numbers tonight, Ben? You got any ideas?
I've already filled it, set in my lottery ticket. I'll give you a copy later. Yeah,
good looking out. It's all good, man. You'll get your cut. You'll get your cut.
So yeah, I mean, last round of the half. So, but like, even though Cloud9 dropped quite a few rounds at the end, there, like, this is still a really good round, even if it ends 96 in favor of Orbit.
Well, one thing that's different from the cash map is that Maxi right now seems to be missing some shots at this AWP, not having that much of an effect. Not like what we saw in the earlier best of 3. That time, however, he does manage to get it done, picks up 1 kill, but then Semphis is right on top of him. He's not able to capitalize with a double. So they do manage to, however, keep the man advantage on Team Orbit's side. Cloud9 down to Semphis, Sean Garris, and Shroud now. This is a bit of a mixed situation for them as well, but it is the 15th round.
Orbit has, gotten a lot of information with Jumpy pushing so aggressively, and yeah, exactly, able to pick up Sean Garris as well, and now it's all on Shroud, and that's not going to go well.
So there you have it.
96. I mean, obviously, given the start that Orbit have, they have to be okay with that. Although,
I think so.
Yeah, it's not the result you want on the CT side, but it could have been so much worse. And Cloud9, they're a bit the other way around. Obviously, with the start, you would have liked more rounds, but 6 rounds on the T side of the nuke is still brilliant.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still good enough, right? It should still be good enough.
It should be enough for Cloud9 to actually close this out.
I don't think that they should get they should start feeling a little nervous about this. I mean, you can get that frustration when you get so far ahead so early and then you fail to get more rounds on the board. That's a little frustrating, but still, looking at it, they should be able to do some good work here, and that's a terrific nade. Shroud is just going to mow them down. He eventually gets taken out by Huiten, so we're back into a 2-on-2, but Huiten and Pyth are so low on HP. Just a little bit of pressure here. Sean looking for the angle. He's going to come rushing out, takes that fight, stays alive, and that's important. They're down to 1 man here, and it's Pyth versus Shaz. And Shaz is going to get the shot in the end. The fuse will be coming in here, and Cloud9 will be picking up that pistol. So Team Orbit will not have that perfect start going into the second half here.
Yeah, and obviously, if Team Orbit picks up that pistol, then they have a very, very legitimate chance of actually picking up the map. With Cloud9 getting it, should be equalized at 9-9, and after that, it's all advantage Cloud9.
And that's both pistols won by Cloud9 as well, so that's going to give them a lot of rounds to work with. I mean, you see them not messing around. They're worried about the Tech 9 buy, the Tech 9 armor buy. They go straight up to rifles. They go straight nades. I mean, buying up at whatever they can at this point just to get ahead.
And you can see that Orbit, they're opting for the like proper eco really, because they want to buy up actually as quickly as possible and potentially break the economy of Cloud9.
Exactly. If they can slow them down early on here, that would be big. And holy hell, what a shot from Pyth. Shazam is gone out in the yard, and now actually Cloud9 have to worry about somebody on the T side sneaking their way over there to pick up that gun. That's why Semphis comes out onto Cat, trying to get eyes on yard. Sean Gares has picked off Jumpy, but that was over in ramp. And now Semphis, he's lost control of yard, so they could actually pick up a FAMAS to work with here, Team Orbit. And I think that that's what they're going to, they have to work somebody over there to go and pick that up. And that's too valuable to just leave lying around.
Oh yeah, especially given how they, didn't actually invest in anything special. I mean, they've got P250, sure, and one Deagle that Pyth has put to good use already, but FAMAS would definitely do quite a bit more damage.
Are they just assuming that Shazam, because they killed Shazam, he would have only had like a 5.7 or something? Is that why they aren't actually going to look for a gun?
It might just be the fact that they, you can imagine that somebody's going to hold an angle that covers garage, and they're not feeling it's worth the risk actually to potentially die 1 or 2 people just for that if they can potentially pick up people with pistols.
All right, now nothing in Semphis, nothing in particular. They're having a field day. They spot out Pyth at Squeak as well. Pyth actually gets the kill on nothing, so there you go. Some of that Deagle action again, doing so much damage, and Semphis has to be very careful about how he approaches this situation as well because he's low on HP. 9 seconds left, and are we going to get the matchmaking plant? No, we will not. Sean Gares is going to stop it just short. So no bonus money here for Team Orbit going into the next round, their buy round, and we can see them just jumping straight up to AKs. Cloud9 have got to be a little bit frustrated with the situation. At least they stopped the plant, but they still lost 2 people to a flat buy.
Yeah, exactly. And for Orbit, they did what they set out to do, because if they win this round, Cloud9 are already, in a bit of a bad state economically speaking, with forcing up with FAMAS, and you even got a Deagle on Shazam. So if they lose this round, Cloud9, they're going to be straight back to ecos, and that's probably a double eco, and that's a horrible situation for them to be in. And this is what Orbit wants. Like, this is what they've been aiming for ever since they got the plant in the pistol.
See, I mean, Orbit, you can already see that Orbit are much more conservative with their nades. I mean, they don't have that many to work with to begin with, but they still have 2 smokes, a couple flashes, and a bullet from Shaz, who actually returns. It's not Huiten he takes out, or Pyth, but he does manage to find Roke, and that's a good kill
Swede,
there.
Right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Oh,
he's not picky, man. He'll take out another one. There's Pyth, so he does get revenge for the last round. He eventually gets taken out, but still 2 kills with the Deagle. He'll be perfectly happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, that was, the biggest weak point, really, of the Cloud9 defense, really. That Deagle out in yard, like, how are you actually going to hold back a team of AKs with, with just a Deagle? And apparently that's how you do it.
You put it in the hands of an opper.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the angle, though. And Semphis must have been thinking, he must have been thinking somebody was sneaking up Cat.
Or that he actually had some cover. Like, in any case, that should never happen.
Yeah, that is a big mistake. I'm sure Semphis isn't going to be too pleased about that either.
And still, Cloud9 do have the man advantage, and like the 2 remaining Orbit members are going to have a really hard time actually getting onto that bomb site if Cloud9 reacts correctly.
Nicely done there by Huiten. Catches nothing, trying to peek and stop that bomb plant. The bomb plant will happen, and both kills actually coming through. So good timing there by Shroud and Sean Gares, peeking together and just catching both Orbit members out.
Yeah, I do think that Cloud9 could have potentially managed to stop the bomb plant from happening, completely, and then leaving Orbit in a situation where they're not going to be able to buy up. They didn't. So the potential for a force buy here from Orbit is very, very real. I mean, we could also see Tech9 like Kevlar for that matter.
Actually, that's what I'm wondering if they should go for. Like, there you go, Jumpy. Yeah, they're going to go for it. It's a straight-up Tech9 buy. And this isn't even that big a risk because they've lost 3 rounds in a row. If they get a bomb plant here 4 rounds in a row, they'll have money to buy up in the next round.
Yeah, what's surprising me, though, is the fact that Pyth has actually not bought Kevlar. They could have easily done that and not been any danger.
Is Pyth stuck here?
Yeah, Molotov.
Yeah, he's going to take a little bit of damage, but the bomb gets dropped. And somehow, Roke just came running out. Pyth is going to find another headshot, and there it is again. Another 2 kills. Looking for a 3rd one, but it's not meant to be. He's taken out by Semphis in the end with that USP, but that was way too close. Again, Pyth doing the damage with that Deagle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that was the intended strategy from Orbit at all. I mean, I would assume that if Pyth actually had Kevlar, he would have been able to run through that Molotov like straight away. Instead, he kind of gets trapped in, and the entire rush kind of gets
there's also
halted.
Roke, I think, carrying the bomb, and he just kind of got killed out in the middle of nowhere with it.
Yeah.
Not trying to come out through hut, and I thought that he would probably try to go down vent, maybe something like that, right? You know, the matchmaking play where it's like, hey, look over here, 4 guys running upper, and then the one guy sneaks his way down vent to go plant on lower.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case this time. In any case, Shazam, I think he spotted him. I think he spotted him up there on silo. But Huiten, in the meantime, is taking a kill with that AWP, takes out Sempus, but Shazam instantly returns on him. And Shazam still knows that somebody's up on silo right now. He still wants to find that pick.
So far, doing a good job of containing the Orbit members inside, and yeah, he's going for the 4th frag here.
I don't think you can wallbang that, Shazam. Like, just proving, just showing, yeah, I know where he is. I know where that guy is. Jumpy, though, right now. He's about to sandwich in Shazam. That's a real problem. Cloud9, no control over Yard now. Shazam doing the best that he could in that situation. I believe he picked up 3.
Yeah. He's done a really good job so far. Obviously, they have no idea where the bomb is because, you know, it's been dropped way back in T-spawn. But right now, Cloud9 have no real idea of where Orbit are actually moving. If they have the bomb on them, like, they have absolutely very little control until nothing finds Jumpy right there. And that's a big tell, especially because Pyth is 17 HP, so it's going to be extremely hard for him to actually get anything done. And Shroud here is, you know,
and that's it's as easy as that.
Yeah. That could have been very, very scary for them. I mean, imagine a situation where Jumpy, you know, goes straight up into heaven instead of walking around towards ramp. You might just find Shroud in the open, and all of a sudden it's a clean upper bomb site for you.
Yeah, with nothing on the lower site, just miles away as far as the rotation time is concerned.
Yeah.
And that would have been harsh, but one thing is they do actually have that AWP again for Shazam, and wow, what a shot. Takes out Pyth right at the beginning there. Not sure if he spotted out the man on silo, but that guy just plummets down and takes a lot of damage to the face. So Maxi, not the best start here to his round.
And so far, Shazam, well, the last few rounds, Shazam has been doing a lot of work really for Cloud9. First, the 2 kills with the Deagle, then, you know, several frags out in yard with the AWP, which is nice to see that he's actually, you know, getting into his groove with the AWP.
Feels like they're really warming up right now, Cloud9. They're starting to get that momentum to go their way on the CT side. Shazam landing some good shots. Oh, misses that one somehow. But he gets the follow-up on Huiten, who gets caught out in the open, looking for that other one, but Sempus is going to get it first, so Roke is down, and Jumpy trying to sneak his way through hut, gets picked off by Shroud. So there it is. Cloud9, perfect hold for them. All 5 members surviving, and that is very important considering they don't really have that much money. For a team that has taken, what, like 6 rounds in a row now, they aren't sitting on a huge bank, so they need to get more rounds like that on the board.
Oh yeah, definitely, and you know, here's a chance. Even though it's to take 9 armor.
Yeah, likelihood of them all surviving here, pretty slim to nil, I think.
Yeah.
Just gonna put it out there.
It could happen, it could happen, you know.
Man. All right, pigs can fly too if they get shot out of a dam cannon or something.
That's just up again. Starts off with a great entry frag onto Jumpy.
Whoa, Sean Garrett's through the smoke. Takes out Maxi. That's so frustrating for Maxi as well. But he knows that they get spotted, and Roke does manage to take out Sempus. There's 1 kill. Are we going to get a second one? I think so. Sean Garrett gets overwhelmed. Huiten and Roke very low, but the damage is done. I think as far as they're concerned, with the damage that they've inflicted here, they should be pretty pleased.
Yeah, right now, you know, they just want to see if they can maybe manage to squeak out 1 more kill, so it's actually, you know, a very big blow to Cloud9's economy because, you know, it's going to be extra money out of the pocket.
Oh, looks like Cloud9 are going to be able to rotate down in time. They've got a man holding on long. Shroud just trying to find that angle on ramp. Not going to be able to spot them out quite yet. But he's going to let them know that he's there. And he hears them running past. So now this is it. He's got the good angle. I'm not sure if he spotted him there. But on that lower side, that bomb, they're going to have the attempt. And Shroud shuts down the first and wall bangs the second. Very clean play from him. Good patient play, not overextending himself or showing himself too early there. Gets the drop on Team Orbit. That's exactly what he needed to do. But again, they take some severe losses that last round. I think 2 kills is even that. You know, 1 kill, okay, right. You know, maybe just losing 1, that's all right versus Deck 9s. But losing 2, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for them, it's kind of the right people who died in that sense.
Oh, I see how it is, man.
So, you know, the right people died in the sense that, you know, they can actually spread their money around properly now. And they won't have that many issues with the potential rebuy. And obviously for Orbit, this is pretty much do or die. And we need to see Max actually getting into things on the T side. We haven't seen a lot of him.
Man, what are we seeing right now? A double op play coming in from Team Orbit. Shazam, though, is clearly woken up right now. He has got that second frag, or I mean that first frag just makes it look easy. Drops his crosshair down and removes him from the map. Roke is gone, and Sean Gares, he's the one who's going for the bit of the cheek here. Goes for a Scar 20. I love that position, though. It's such a nice long line straight up into radio, but he's playing it safe right now. He decides to fall back and not give it up, not try and take that straight up fight versus 4 people.
I actually think that's, you know, a bit of a coward-ish move. Because you have an auto sniper, it doesn't really matter if smoke pops down. You can just, you know, chuck 20 bullets, exactly. And it's really tough to actually avoid that in such a narrow space as the ramp on nuke.
Say Sempus is holding the line down here. 2 kills for him. Good shot there on the Python in particular. He's going to shoot the heals out from Huiten, but Huiten will find the headshot first. And now Shroud trying to do the best that he can up in vents. Maxi with that AWP takes out Sean Gares. Just like that, we're into a 2-on-2 with 20 seconds left. But Shazam getting a little ahead of himself there. Seemed like he wanted to try and draw attention there, but that was a bit too early. Now they attempt the nade. Good nade damage, but again, this is such an impossible position for Shroud. He doesn't know where the second man is. He still thinks he's over at ramp.
That was a bit of a weird round, like how Cloud9 actually played it. Obviously, you know, with Sean Gares actually rotating back and basically giving up ramp completely, they did one right thing, which was rotating Sempus down, and he did a great job. He picked up 2 frags, but what everyone else was doing was just way too late. You had Shazam in window, that's good, but having a guy in vent doesn't really do a lot for you in that situation, especially like when you have the auto sniper coming all the way around from ramp, dropping down there as well. So you get kind of, you don't really get any control over the site, and you can't really deny Orbit from doing anything.
Well, not only that, I mean, you just invested $5 in this auto sniper, and you didn't really do anything at all with it, right?
Yeah.
I think that's my main gripe about that round right there. Feels like you got very little from it, and they didn't manage to save it either, obviously. So that's it's a bit tricky.
Yeah, but you know, Cloud9 able to rebuy, and Shazam just keeps showing his good trend right now.
Yeah, Shazam has definitely got his eye in.
And what's really good with what he's doing is he's actually opting, you know, different positions pretty much every round. He never really, you know, replicates himself in that sense by doing the same thing over and over. You know, he repeats himself. So he's actually been able to get opening frags. Jumpy does return with the frag onto him, and this is actually the first time in this game we've seen Jumpy with an AWP.
Sempus missing out big there, and Sean Gares not able to connect with the full spray. 2 big picks to open up the map for Team Orbit. But there's only 30 seconds left in this round. They have to start making a call fairly soon here. If they waste much more time, they're going to be too pressured going onto these sites. So Shroud holding a solid position. They have 2 up on the upper site right now, and they're going to be looking to just set up a crossfire. They have to worry about the flank. Now they have to worry about Cat. They see the man mid, and that is going to be Pyth landing the headshot there. But then the 180 kill from nothing takes out the man main and whips around to take out Jumpy. That's the kind of individual play that's going to put Cloud9 over Orbit, and that resets Orbit's money as well. It's looking grim here, Ven.
It's looking really grim for the Swedes right now. This should be fairly easy for Cloud9 to wrap up at this point. I mean, granted, Shazam doesn't have an AWP out in Yarn right now, so that could be an opening that Orbit could take advantage of, but I mean, right now, Cloud9 are just playing better.
I think that's the long and short of it right there. It's the fact that Shazam is woken up and fine fashion.
Sempus is playing really well as well.
Sempus getting kills. Sean Gares as well, lending a hand. Nothing, holding that bottom line on long. He's going to stop the first man through, but 3 others are just going to come barreling around the corner. He's about to get overwhelmed. He's only got the P2K in hand. He just barely makes it into vents, but they're just going to keep that pressure up. They want to keep him on his toes. There you go. The pre-fire around the corner from Huiten takes nothing out and leaves that rifle there, and Huiten is even going to be able to pick that up. That's a big win for him. The only rifle that they have on the T side now at this point. Although, you know, do you really need it? Ask Olafmeister. He'll just swap back to the Tech 9. Good reaction time there by Shazam, though, to stop Jumpy. And Shroud just drops straight onto Huiten. This is now going to be the last man here alive. Rogue, and he jumps the gun. He shows himself early. Doesn't even wait for them to get on the bomb. He's like, oh, come on, guys. Opens the doors and gets caught out. I mean, one thing, I guess, is that Team Orbit at least got the bomb plan in this scenario.
Yeah. So they're going to get that last-ditch effort, you know, that last chance, really, to bring it back. But you see, you know, it's not an optimal buy. 2 scats on Python and Maxi and 1 AK.
Definitely not ideal.
Not the buy you want, but obviously, it seems like they just want to continue to challenge Shazam really out in Yard, and it hasn't been working out for them at all so far. So it's a bit of a mystery to me that they're just going to continue to do it over and over.
Oof, and they weren't far off there. You heard that bullet zip by. Shazam fadeaway shot, and he is going to manage to actually slow things down somewhat, but Maxi is the one taking damage right now. That was over in ramp. But actually, Jumpy is going to go for the run and gun, take out Sean Gares. He's very close. In fact, they're taking out Semphis as well, but Semphis just barely lands the headshot in time to keep himself alive. Way too close, though, than the damage. He's down to 6 HP. Shazam spots out a man in Garage, and he's going to miss that shot. So this is so close here. A real battle in this potential last round of the map. 50 seconds left on this clock as well. I mean, Orbit, do you think they're making the right call at this point, trying to push pressure here?
I think, you know, it's a bit of a weird decision. I actually want to put under Heaven without really having any openings at all. Like, what do you expect to accomplish from that position on the map? Because it's pretty much suicide when you know Shazam is on Heaven already with the orb. It's got a suicide to just try to funnel players up there and not expecting to get punished for it. Same thing going through to ramp. It's going to be really hard.
That's going to be waking them up a little bit. Nothing getting caught, just holding that angle, and unluckily for him, Pyth already looking. Shroud going to let that bomb get planted as well. Doesn't want to show himself too early here in Vents. 2 members now in Vents for Cloud9 as well. Pyth holding this line, however. It's deadly, but he just has to be worried about ramp. He spots the first man out, does not land the spray, and now it's going to be down to Maxi. He's only got 38 HP, caught in a crossfire, and Shroud will pick up the remaining 2 frags. Cloud9 will keep their hopes alive in this tournament, pick up the first map in this best of 3.
Yeah, impressive display from Cloud9. Definitely showing that, you know, even though VP kind of gave them a thrashing, you know, they're not a pushover.